and welcome to FireTech Talk. I'm your host, Noah. Today we're sitting down with Jordan VanDelinder to discuss hood cleaning and fire protection. Jordan, thanks so much for stopping by today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Noah. It's great to be with you guys again.
Absolutely. Well, let's get right into it. So, let's start at the basic level. Why is hood cleaning an essential part of fire protection for a restaurant or any commercial kitchen operation?
First and foremost, it's just safety, public health. That's one of the biggest things, is along with asset protection. A lot of these restaurant owners, the business is, using the kitchen equipment to cook, and actually, one of the most important parts of their business, and one of their most important assets is their building and their equipment and kitchen cleaning equipment, and just being there to make sure that's taken care of and serviced properly is very important for public safety and health.
Definitely. Well, in a kitchen fire, that can be disastrous for any business, but especially with smaller restaurants, operating on smaller profit margins potentially, that could be the end of a business if their entire kitchen goes up in smoke.
Totally, and we see it all the time. There's 60% of kitchen fires start with equipment, so This is one of the biggest reasons why we need to make sure that area is clean, safe, and get rid of the fuel for any type of fire.
Definitely. That's awesome. So kind of going off of that, how often does a kitchen exhaust system need to be inspected, and does that inspection trigger the need necessarily for cleaning?
For the inspections, NFPA 96 writes out the rules pretty good on their guidelines. 0.125 is the standard for when you are due for a hood cleaning. Typically by volume is what they choose to go by. So you'll get your quarterly. Those are your fast foods, 24 hours, walks, anything along those lines. Your semi-annual, you'll see a lot more of your mom and pa's locations that they're putting up volume but not a ton of volume. So that's a good semi-annual. Then you got your yearlies, and those are like churches, camping facilities, places along those lines, and those are really the three main ones that we kind of focus on. Sometimes when you see those char broilers and 24-hour locations with the walks and stuff, we do try and push those up to bi-monthly, even, just because they are getting the buildup, and that buildup is accumulating past the 0.125. So that is one thing that you really want to make sure that you got a grease comb and are able to check that on a regular basis. It definitely prevents any type of hazards and flash combustions or anything along those lines.
Right, and then in terms of that triggering potentially cleaning after the inspection, it's really just depends on the location, like you're saying.
Exactly.
Different quantities, different volumes, all that kind of stuff.
The volume is main key. Things along those lines. Fast food, those 24 hours, they need to be on a constant regimen.
Right, I can imagine. So where should someone go to learn if they're interested in entering the hood cleaning business?
There's not a ton of places out there. Best thing to do is Google, though. Hop on Google if you're really interested in getting into the industry. I would go find your local hood cleaner and start working for them. See if you like that job. See if it's something that you can do. It takes a special person to be in this industry and work nights and work with restaurants. And there's a lot of communication, a lot of things that go through the weeds on this. So it's very important that you know what you're getting into. Hit up YouTube, look there. There's some good advice there as well, but Google, that's going to be one of your best things. And definitely, best thing to do is just get your hands dirty with it and try it out. That's really where you're going to learn the most.
Yeah, there you go. Can you talk to us a little bit about cleaning tools such as pressure washers, hand tools, power tools, and the different things that are needed for cleaning, things like kitchen hoods, ducts, etc.?
Yeah, pretty standard. What you need is a pressure washer. You need a burner on it because you want to get the heat up there so you can melt that grease away.
Right.
One of the big things, scrapers are your next biggest tool, along with some plastic, funnel that grease down. Otherwise, there's, you want your headlights, your ladders, your safety protection equipment, and there's not really a ton to it. It's kind of more manual labor with the spraying and scraping. So there's not a ton of tools necessarily needed, but
Definitely.
You want to make sure that you have top quality brands and make sure that you do have a good heater burner to get through that grease.
Well, Jordan, this has been a fascinating conversation. Unfortunately, it looks like we're out of time for today, so we're going to break this into two parts. So for all you at home watching, be sure to like and subscribe to the Brooks YouTube channel for part 2 of this conversation with Jordan.